Well, it's another beautiful day and you're listening to your number one station, RX Radio. And wow, what a strange coincidence. And when coincidences like this happen, I tend to think there's something mysterious going on. Either it's a good omen or there is something dangerous around the corner. Like, bad luck or something. It could be a bad omen. When two people that work together show up to work wearing the same color shirt, there you know there's going to be a problem. Something went wrong in the universe to make this happen.
Really?
Although mine is a slightly, paler shade than hers. Because she's all about being bright. And I'm more I lean more towards the dark side. And so, yeah, my colors for my shirts will typically be more muted than in the case of Olive. It says a lot about the state of my soul as compared to hers. You must be a very cheerful person at heart, Olive.
I am a cheerful person at heart.
Okay. Well, we haven't seen you in a while. How was your Easter holiday? Was it nice?
Yeah, Easter was splendid. Yes,
it was
I had
splendid.
a good time. Mm.
Yes, you are glowing. It looks like you ate a lot of nice things.
I glow every day. It has nothing to do with food. It actually has to do with me controlling what I eat.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, yeah, 4 days of festivities, eh? If you're not careful, things can get out of hand.
That's true.
But speaking of things getting out of hand, perhaps things are too far gone when it comes to the Iron Sheet scandal. As you know, Olive, the president has previously weighed in on the issue, and in some leaked reports from prior cabinet meetings, it was alleged that the president had said some of them might be prosecuted. And so in an interesting turn of events, I'm seeing that the president has written a letter to these officials directing them, these implicated ministers, to return all of these iron sheets that they picked from the office of the prime minister and the Karamoja Affairs Ministry, or that they should pay the money equivalent to the value of those iron sheets.
That's
which
true.
Seems like a slap on the wrist. Literally, because we were all gearing up for massive prosecutions, but this is like, hey, just return the iron sheets and we'll pretend this didn't happen. We call it a day.
Actually, the president explained and said that those that had donated the iron sheets to, let's say, churches or schools should only return them or pay a fine. Not even a fine, pay back money equivalent to the iron sheets that they took. But then those who use the iron sheets for personal use, he says that this is actually theft.
Hell yeah. So?
And those ones, we might see more of them being sent to Luzira, like the minister Chitutu was the other day. By the way, she comes back to court today. Court will determine whether she's viable for bail or not.
She should be. It's not. It's a grievous offense, but not that grievous. I don't think this is a charge
there has been worse
that would warrant prolonged incarceration.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think it says something, it tells us that the government is not being run properly, that the country is in a sorry state. And for the thousands of people who have faced the brunt of the law for being in violation of some ordinance or other, or being caught corrupt or something else, what does it say to them that these ministers seem to be getting off, let off easy, at least the ones who are being given the opportunity to return the iron sheets?
The ones that, because honestly speaking, in a space where things are all fair and done right, first of all, the minister that is already sent to jail should not be called a minister anymore. She should not have a job already. And someone will say, okay, so you're telling us that she's guilty before she has been even proven guilty. But you see, in the court of a public opinion, she's already guilty. And if there was plausible grounds to send her on remand in Luzira, then it means there is enough ground for her to forfeit that position and step down.
How about in other countries where even the appearance of impropriety usually leads to resignation?
Exactly.
Like, why should they even wait to be asked to resign?
This is what I've been saying since the beginning. If there is evidence, one minister on national TV told Parliament that the iron sheets found themselves in my compound. Another one had them on his Anmo shed and then arrogantly removed them and said, these are even very cheap, I can buy iron sheets. All these people should not have their ministerial jobs.
Look what happened to Boris Johnson. Didn't he have to resign because
he went partying?
In the wake of several scandals, not least of which was the COVID partying scandal, where he shut the whole country down,
yes,
imposed a severe lockdown while he and his friends were partying. and that was sufficient to have him step down. Now, can you imagine in Uganda if
even Boris, speaking of Boris Johnson, his health minister was caught on camera in an elevator kissing. It wasn't even about the fact that he was kissing a married woman, but it was about the no distance that he had actually instituted on the rest of the country. He stepped down. He even tried to get another job at the UN, and people made noise, and he lost that one too.
Can you imagine? So there's too much impunity. The culture of impunity is quite strong in this country, and most especially it is a culture of shamelessness.
Yeah,
there is really no shame, as in they don't give a damn. They're like, yeah, I took the iron sheet, so what are you going to do? Until Museveni tells me to step down, I ain't going nowhere.
And he is the appointing authority. So what does that say about him? I think what Sarah Birete one time said during this scandal, she said that the president has lost like the guts to tell people what to do, because it's all about loyalty. And since he buys the loyalty from these people, then he cannot tell them to step down. He needs them more than they need him. That is Sarah Birete's words.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does he need them for?
To, continue passing his bills in Parliament, to continue,
so in other words,
preaching his gospel, trying to make people believe that the incumbent is still relevant.
So they're useless, but not completely useless.
Not when it comes to politics, they're not completely useless.
But when it comes to running the country, they're totally useless.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? That's Uganda for you. Well, do keep listening to your number one station, RX Radio. This is the Fatboy Show. Sarah's going to be joining us shortly to tell us what's popping, so stick around for that.